Perry, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Just arriving in London last night. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks for the opportunity. It's good to be here.
Of course, you are going to be attending the Coronation tomorrow, and your relationship with King Charles actually goes back a number of years. You two have met many times now. So can you tell us a little bit about that, about your relationship with King Charles?
Well, a lot of it goes back to a few years ago, over 20 years ago, when Elder Gordon Oakes from Nikanit gave him his Cree name, Kisikaupi Simoa Miukanawa Pamago, which means sun watches over him in a good way. And we built that relationship up over the years, and through now our work through the Sustainable Markets Initiative, which basically is looking at putting the planet first and Mother Nature first in all of our business and planning operations. So we're bringing together the private sector CEOs, government officials, and heads of state to deal with climate change. So it's evolved from the name-giving ceremony to our work on the Sustainable Markets Initiative, and we're going to keep working together going forward.
So keep working together going forward. So why is it then? Why was it that it was important for you to be here to witness the coronation tomorrow?
Well, even back further, we have a treaty relationship with the Crown as First Nations people. A treaty relationship that's a sacred covenant. And in exchange for sharing the land and territory in Canada, because we never gave up everything. We said in peaceful coexistence and mutual respect, we will share the land with the newcomers to Canada. And because of that sacred covenant, that treaty relationship, that nations make treaties, treaties do not make nations, we have a very, very respectful relationship with the Crown and Right of Great Britain, with the monarchy. And that's what we have to sustain, that's what we have to maintain. And we have to keep working towards a full treaty implementation process with the Crown to implement the treaty according to the spirit and intent, because in Canada, we have an Indian Act that was put in place in 1876. We don't have a Treaty Implementation Act, so we still have a lot of work to do with the Crown. So it's very important now to be here to witness the coronation of King Charles III, to keep that ongoing relationship and that sanctity of agreement intact.
And with King Charles, sort of more directly here, you have said in the past that, in your view, that he genuinely listens to and learns from Indigenous people. So do you consider him an ally going forward?
Oh, he's a strong ally. He's a staunch supporter. Just look at what he's done. He has the power and the ability to convene and bring people together, to focus on something that binds us all as human beings together. And that's with climate change. We have to protect the land and the water. And that's what he's doing. So he's an ally, not only with the treaty implementation relationship, not only with reconciliation going forward, but to deal with the environment and putting nature and planet first, a sustainable development future, a sustainable future for all of mankind. He's a strong ally. It's almost like he's like the Green King, you know, the environment, putting things first like that. And he's doing that in a service way, in a dutiful way, but he's doing that for all of humankind, and he's going to be head of the Commonwealth. So he's a strong ally, no question in that respect.
Of course, Perry, not everyone perhaps feels the way that you do. A lot has been discussed in the past couple of days, past couple of weeks about the past, about the monarchy's past, about its past here in Canada as well. Do you feel like he's done enough to try and address and repair some of the past damage that was done by the monarchy?
Well, again, it's going to be the first step going forward. His coronation's on Saturday, May 6th. So reconciliation will not be done in one day or one meeting. Reconciliation will be ongoing. Embracing the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action in Canada will take time. It's almost generations. But I think once Canadians start seeing what he's done in the past, becoming more educated and aware of what he's done and what his plans are going for the future, there will be a warm embracement. There's no question going forward. And I think people need to give this very grounded individual a chance. Give him an opportunity to show and see what he can do to lead not only the United Kingdom, but all of the Commonwealth, including Canada. People will warm up to him when they see how down-to-earth he is, how sincere he is, how committed he is. He's committed to public service and a sense of duty for all of us. I think once people see that, they'll embrace that, and you'll see a warming up. That's my opinion.
Is there anything in particular you think he should do to try and help people warm up to him, and especially in this role that you're talking about in terms of his support for Indigenous people?
Well, again, accessibility, having accessibility to the Crown, having accessibility to the King, He has the power and the ability to convene and bring people together. And he's already doing that through the Sustainable Markets Initiative. And I think we just keep building on that and having the ability to listen. He came to Canada in May, and he went to the Northwest Territories. And he made a very, very powerful and impassioned speech about reconciliation and about learning and embracing Indigenous peoples and the history of what they went through in terms of colonization and oppression, from the residential schools to the Indian Act. And so he's demonstrated that. We just need to continue to build on that going forward.